Welcome back to our channel. My name is Teacher Smith, and today we are going to understand a very interesting topic of paper folding. So let's try to understand the topic using a simple question. Question says, in the figure below, the rectangle is folded along the dotted line. We need to find out angle A. Here, if you observe, I have a rectangle and it's folded from this dotted line XY. We need to find out this angle A. Now, the challenge is after folding the paper, it looks like this. And I don't know which angle is equal to what. It's so much messy. So what we can do is let's try to first understand what happens when a paper is folded. How angles get affected through it. Let's see. Let's say if I have a square sheet of paper and the square paper I'm going to fold from this dotted lines. Let's say if I call this before folding. Now I'm going to fold it from this dotted line, and now the part that is before folding it will move. Now let's say if I mark this as after folding. So here we have two sets of papers, before and after. Now to understand it more clearly, here on the after folding, to trace how it looked previously, I will draw a dotted lines. Now if I ask you, here there is a part that it looked before folding, and this is the part that is after folding. If I ask you, these two parts, are they different? No, of course, they are the same, right? So, what conclusion we can make is the part before folding is actually equal to the part after folding. This is the first conclusion that we can make. Now, if the part is same, what about the angles? Let's say this part here, it's folded and it moved upward. So each angle in a square, we all know it's 90. So this angle will be how much? It's 90 again. Now let's say about other angles that are present. Let's say this one is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Is there any relation between these angles? Let's try to find it out. Here, this angle 1 is the same part that is folded. So what about the angle 2? Oh, it's the same. This means angle 1 is actually equal to angle 2. Now what about angle 3 and angle 4? Oh, if it's the same part, then the angle drawn is also same. So we can write down angle 3 equal to angle 4. So these two triangles that have been folded, all the angles that are present here are actually equal to the other triangle after folding. So what we can say is the corresponding angles are equal. So this is the two conclusion what we can make in after folding. Now, understanding this, let's dive into our question. Our question says, this angle we need to find out. But the problem is, the angle that I know, only angle that is 56 degrees. It's present here. But angle A is present on this diagram. What's the best thing that I can do to represent angle A here? Oh, what we can do is we can trace. We can trace the diagram how it looked before folding. And for tracing, we all know it's just a rectangle. So I'll draw two parallel lines and then just join. Now, if I ask you, where is angle A present on this diagram? Oh, it's the same one. So I'll label it as angle A. Now, we need to find out angle A. But the only information I have is angle 56. This 56 degrees that is present here. Here, how to find out, how to relate it. So we can observe the part that is before folded and the part that is after folded. Is it different? No, it's the same. So what about the corresponding angles we just learned? Oh, corresponding angles are also same. So if I label this as angle 1, this is before folding. Now, this angle will be corresponding to which other angle? Oh, this is also the same because the part after folding will overlap on this, and angle 1 is equal to angle 1 we can observe. But how to find out angle 1 is the question. For that, what we have to do is just observe this 56. The 56 is present on a line. So 56, 1 and 1 is present on a line. What about the sum of these angles? Yes, if it's a straight line, what is the total angle that is drawn? It's 180. And to find out angle 1, what we have to do is just subtract this 56. So 180 minus 56 will give me sum of these two angles. But I want to find out one angle. What I have to do? Yes, just simply divide it by 2, which is nothing but 124 divided by 2, which is 62 degrees. So here, angle 1 I got is 62. I'll label it and 62. But I want to find out angle A, not this angle 1. Is there any relation between angle A and the 62 degrees that is present? Is there any? For that, let's try to observe this. The 62 degrees that is present is on one line of this rectangle. And this angle A that is present is on the other line of the rectangle. So, do I know anything special about these two lines? What is the nature of these two lines? Yes, these two lines are actually parallel because it's a rectangle, and in a rectangle, two opposite sides are parallel. So let's try to observe what happens when there is an angle which is present inside two parallel lines. So I have two parallel lines and there's a line that is cutting through it. Let's say if I label this angles, this is angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. If I ask you first question, is there any relation between angle 1 and angle 2? Yes, it's present on a same line. The sum of these two angles is actually 180. So I can label this as 180. But we need to find out relation of this angle 2 and angle 3. For that, if I ask you a question, if this 2 is parallel line and it's the same line that's going through, what can I say about angle 1 and angle 3? Oh, if the parallel line is present and a line is there, angle 1 is actually equal to angle 3. If it is the same angle, and if angle 1 equal to angle 3, what can I say about this? Oh, it's angle 3 is actually, when added with angle 2, it's equal to 180. So the two angles which are present within the parallel lines is equal to 180 degrees. So sum is 180. Now, there's something special about these two angles. If you observe, it's present in between of two parallel lines. So, that is the reason why we call it as an armpit angles. Just like this, if I put my hand straight and these two angles are present inside my armpits, it's between the arms. And what about the sum of these armpit angles? Yes, it's 180 degrees. So I can write down sum of armpit angles within two parallel lines is 180. So this is a new thing that we have learned through this question. Moving back to our question now. There is two parallel lines and there are two angles that are present. What is the sum of these two angles? Yes, it's armpit angles and sum is 180. So if the sum is 180, can I find out angle A? Yes, angle A is nothing but 180 degrees minus 62, and if I just subtract it, it's 118 degrees. So here in this question, we easily got the value of angle A. So whenever you have question based on paper folding, this is the summary that we can make. The first thing, whenever you see a question and you want to trace the angles that are present off before folding, on after folding, what's the first thing that we did to trace? Yes, we can draw before folding, on after folding. This is the first thing that we can do. After drawing before folding, we can trace the angles. And what about the corresponding angles we saw? Yes, corresponding angles are same. So as soon as you draw before folding, next thing you can do is you can label all the angles. So the second thing is label corresponding angles. Whichever angles are same, just label it. Then there's one more extra thing that we have learned in this question. What's the extra thing? Yes, we learned about angles. And which type of angles? Yes, armpit angles. Whenever there is two parallel lines and the same line is cutting both the parallel lines, there is a relation between two angles which is present inside. The relation is the sum of armpit angles within parallel lines is 180 degrees. This is the next thing that we have learned. So Whenever you see paper folding, just follow the first two steps to get down to any of the questions here. Now, as we finish this question, but if you are interested in more of such questions or you have doubts regarding paper folding questions, you can scan the first QR code. It's my personal WhatsApp. You can text me your doubts. I'll reply you on WhatsApp. And to follow for more such interesting contents, you can scan the YouTube code here. You can see more videos about upcoming topics and get latest updates through our YouTube channel. So currently I'm Teacher Smith signing off right now, but I'll see you in the next video.